Hi there, John Cowan. I decided to take a little field trip today. This week I have had a video based on a conversation that I had with a buyer asking about older homes and newer homes. Which would be best? Folks, that's a very difficult question to answer. Sounds simple, but it depends on you. It depends on what you want. I thought it might be fun to take a little field trip today to a house that I helped a family with going back 13 years ago. And so why don't you join me and let's walk through and take a look at a few items on what, an older house or a newer house. So this house was built in 1938. It has some very unique features and a lot of charm. What was the decision process for this family 13 years ago with younger children and wanting to look at a location which would dictate schools? That really was the focus. But the location really did matter. This is not a typical subdivision. And so that was appealing, but the school district was number one, location number two. But guess what? Charm and just the features in this home were a huge factor. So if you can see some of the features in this home, these are not things that you're going to see in a new built home necessarily. But let's walk in here and look at some of the things that have been changed. So over a period of time, and let me go back to the purchase of the home. So when a buyer's inspection is done, we normally see a lot of different things that come up. This house had a lot of issues. Were we able to work through all those issues? We were able to get some consideration on the price so that it allowed the family to take care of some things initially. One major thing needed to be done quickly because of the age of the kids, and it was to do a slight addition to help with the flow of how far the kids were from the parents, at night, and how the bedrooms were situated. That was a major thing that needed to be done. It had some cost associated with it, but there was a plan, there was a function, and that needed to be done first. There were a lot of things on the inspection report that were critical items, and we had some gnashing of the teeth between their realtor and them about, are you sure? Can you wait on some of these issues? Can you fix some of these in a pretty quick order that are fairly critical? So these are things that needed to be discussed, and there was a plan, a basic plan that yes, we want the house, we want to get in, we want to do certain things first, and some things we may not be able to do for quite a period of time. So what were some of those evolving changes? When does the charm of a house fade out and functionality rise to the surface? That depends on your family, your needs. When was it necessary, to start upgrading from what was original from 1938 in this kitchen to beautiful knotty alder cabinets? When was it the right time to replace all the windows in the house? Over 30 windows in this home. Because of the 30s, that's what they had for ventilation. Okay? And then when you take a look at, some of the other features that have been done in the kitchen, these are all upgrades that have been done recently here in the kitchen for their taste. Okay, so the knotty alder cabinets, the exposed shelves, quartz farmhouse sink, the original pine floors in this kitchen. Okay, these are unique features that appeal to this family and still appeal to this family. This was a possibility of a forever house. I use that term very sparingly, but this has turned into a forever house. They thought it had that possibility. If they could hold out, if they could do over a period of time the things that they would like to do, could it evolve and be a house that they never would have to move from? It has turned into that and I'm proud of that. And I feel that you can do that. Do you have a need to do that? Maybe not. So if you have a need, and you'll hear me often talk to my clients and I say, is it a 3, 5, or 10? If 3 years is kind of the lifespan of this house for you, then you're not going to come in and want to do a lot of renovations over time because you don't have the time. You want it all done on the front end. If it's a 10-year house, maybe you want to get the kids into school, you want to get them through elementary, you want to get them through high school, whatever it is, you've got a more limited time factor. So again, it's what is important for your family. And that's what's important to me. So John Cowan, Ultra Realty, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, licensed in the state of Texas. If you're in another state, pick up the phone and call me. I can call a realtor there, interview them, help you somewhere else. I love doing this. As you can see, I love helping a family. I love finding the right house for them, whether it's a 3-year home or whether it's a forever home. This isn't a typical neighborhood. It's on acreage, but it's what they wanted. It's what worked for them. A new home didn't provide all of this flexibility, and it didn't provide what they wanted forever. Take care. Until next week.